Good afternoon and welcome to our COMM391 group presentation for professional experience in business. Firstly, today we will be discussing our role models as well as comparing their strengths, values and the lessons we learnt from their journeys. We will then move on to analyse one example of our cover letters and resumes, showing how we utilise resources and feedback to improve our job application documents. I will begin by introducing our team. Firstly, we have Emma Graham completing her final semester at UOW, graduating with a double major in marketing and management. Secondly, we have Chi Lee, who is currently completing a management major. Next, we have Shan, who is studying supply chain management. And finally, Hollie Peters, also completing her final semester of her marketing and PR double major. I will now introduce our role models. Jane Liu is Emma's selected role model. She is an Australian entrepreneur who founded the highly successful online clothing store, Showpo. She has selected Jeanette Lior, Nike designer by day, hustling freelancer by night. Sean has chosen Francesca DeBase, Executive Vice President and Chief Supply Chain and Sustainability Manager at McDonald's. And finally, Hollie has selected Roxy Jasenko, the hard-working PR queen who runs her own agency along with several other organisations. During our strengths analysis, we noticed many of our role models had similar strengths, and the majority of our strengths were based around the ability to endure the constant evolution of the business world. As Jeanette is a creative, her key strength was obviously her creativity, but for the remaining role models, we found their strengths were primarily based around developing resilience, which Kuntz et al. Defined as the ability to continually adapt despite being faced with adversity. For our role models' key values, we found significant differences. However, we evaluated that this is largely due to the difference in the overall goals and job positions. For instance, Jane Liu's value of persistence is due to the fact that it took her many years of dedication to finally break through in the online clothing market. As for Roxy, her success is reliant on achieving results, therefore this would be something she values highly. Jeanette would never have become a designer for Nike without displaying ambition. And Francesca has gained respect in her executive position due to her willingness to take accountability for her actions. The lesson we learned from Jane is the importance of creating a strong network and community to help support you through the highs and lows of your professional career. From Jeanette, we learned to be self-aware and build your true strengths. Francesca taught us to take risks and you could potentially change a whole industry. And finally, Roxy taught us the importance of adapting your business model to cater for your market needs. Roxanne is a recruitment expert who established the EST10 recruitment agency. These are some of the lessons we learned from Roxanne during her seminar at the university last semester in regards to developing an appropriate cover letter. Firstly, avoid using I unnecessarily. Formally address the individual who is conducting the job search. Use small paragraphs and talk about the skills and experience relevant to the job listing. For this example, we will be examining Emma's past and current cover letters. Firstly, pictured here, we can see Emma's previous cover letter, which was bland, boring, and full of text, making it unappealing to the reader. The letter is also not directed to anyone in particular, and lacks professional language through the overuse of I in first-person writing. Here we can see Emma has added colour to the cover letter, which notably suits her resume, although not pictured. The text has been broken into smaller paragraphs which relate to different segments of the job application, such as the individual's objective, experience in the industry, and relevant skills. The letter is also specifically addressed to the individual conducting the job search and limits the use of informal language. HubSpot and WordStream states that a resume should include links to your LinkedIn profile, as well as a summary sentence about yourself. They do, however, advise against using your exam results and a one-size-fits-all approach when applying for jobs. To analyse the use of resources to improve our resume skills, we'll be having a closer look at Hollie's resume. Here we have pictured Hollie's initial resume, which is lacking in colour, displays exam results, and uses a one-size-fits-all approach. It is also important to ensure skills listed aren't too broad and experience is ordered by relevance rather than chronological order. Hollie's adapted resume features vibrant colours, which it is important to note it is necessary when applying for marketing jobs. However, in some industries, it may be considered unprofessional to have vibrant colours on your resume, so it's important to cater your resume for your industry. Hollie has also removed her high school marks, displayed specific job-related skills, and experience is ordered by relevance. Social learning occurs through observation and imitation of others' behaviour. Whether that be our role models or those in our group, we use their experiences and knowledge to help us grow closer to achieving our desired career goals. Through this process, the level of learning is greater, as it causes us to analyze and learn without necessarily experiencing specific struggles or achievements ourselves. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for your attention.